Hello and welcome to Parenting on the Go. I'm Jonathan Jackson, and joining me this episode is Hanna Cassise, a Public Health Educator and Chair for Oakland County's Youth Suicide Prevention Task Force. And sitting right next to her is Erica Saum, the Senior Director for Family Life and Wellness at the Jewish Family Service of Metro Detroit. Guys, I want to thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
Now, we're going to talk today about a very serious issue that I think all parents and all communities should be aware of, suicide prevention. And how heavily would you say, Hanna, that suicide has impacted our community here?
Yeah, so suicide is the second leading cause of death for persons ages 10 to 24, and that's on a national level and a state level in Michigan. Like many other counties in our state, Oakland County has definitely been affected by youth suicide. It takes an emotional toll on family and friends that have lost someone to suicide, and also those that have attempted suicide as well.
And suicide, when folks attempt it, they're not always, are they trying to escape from something, would you say, Erica, like from a pain, or are they just trying to harm themselves?
Yeah, so most people who attempt suicide don't truly want to die. What they're trying to do is end the pain that they're experiencing. So prevention comes from really breaking down that stigma surrounding suicide so that we can intervene before that person who's having thoughts of suicide turns them into actions.
Yeah, and I mean, what efforts would you guys say that is being done currently to help prevent suicide in the home?
On a county level, we've established the Youth Suicide Prevention Task Force. We have a number of different agencies throughout the community that work directly on suicide prevention involved. We're trying to coordinate efforts throughout the county and promote suicide prevention awareness so that we can have open and honest conversations about it. Like Erica mentioned, it's important to have those conversations to break down that stigma and promote help-seeking behaviors.
Exactly. I think educating ourselves on the issue beforehand is important, and it's not just for our professionals either, right? We should be just as educated as well.
Absolutely, because the reality is that most people who are having thoughts of suicide are going to come in contact first with a friend, a teacher, a youth group leader, more so than they're going to come initially with a professional. Mm-hmm. So everyone really needs to be involved. It's a community effort.
I agree. Now, one thing we also want to talk about are what are some warning signs that we can look out for? Hanna, what would you say should parents always be mindful of when they're with their children?
Yeah, we need to be alert for warning signs such as withdrawal, isolation, anxiety, agitation, mm-hmm. Any major change, any ongoing change in mood or behavior. Mm-hmm. Those are some really big warning signs, as well as if you hear phrases like life isn't worth living anymore or what's the point, you need to get immediate help.
Phrases that sound almost like giving up,
right?
Sound like just no hope or that kind of mentality. And what would you say, Erica, though, can parents be alert of in preventing suicide?
Well, so I would say the first two things that a parent can do or family members can do is to make sure that they lock up their medications so that the youth does not have access to them, as well as if there's any firearms in the home, they really need to be removed. Firearms is the most common and most fatal means to suicide, more so than all other means combined, and that's because a firearm can be the most fatal.
Of course. All very good information, all very good things that we should keep in mind because, suicide is a very serious issue, but there are ways we can prevent it at the home.
Absolutely.
That's always good. So thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us as well on this episode of Parenting on the Go. And remember, if you'd like to look at more helpful parenting tips, then please go check out West Bloomfield Youth Assistance's website at wbyouthassistance.org. Take care, everyone.